In this PowerPoint, we will talk about what is brainstorming, what are the rules for brainstorming, what are some common brainstorming techniques, and what are some common concept generation dysfunctions, and what to do if you get stuck. Brainstorming is a way to generate a large quantity of ideas to solve a problem. There are several different techniques that are used during brainstorming. Brainstorming can be done individually or in groups. It can be structured or free form. It can be timed or untimed. The following slides present a few techniques that you can try when brainstorming possible solutions to a problem. First, let's go over our 4 ground rules of brainstorming. The first rule is no criticism allowed. That means even if my idea is terrible, there is no way it could possibly work. I'm not allowed to stop and say that, and neither are the people in my group. This is hugely important because oftentimes, if this happens, not everyone in the group will share their ideas with the rest of the group. We don't want to judge anyone's ideas at this point. Anything, and I mean anything, goes. There's absolutely no criticism allowed. Rule number 2, work for quantity. That means you're trying to get out as many ideas from your head as possible. We are not going for the best idea or the one perfect solution. We just want to try as many ideas as possible. This process is called brain drain, which means you are getting out all of those common ideas first. Most people, when facing a challenge, will come up with the same normal solutions. Brain drain allows these solutions out and lets you move on to more unique, creative ideas. When it comes to brainstorming, the more ideas, the better. The next rule, welcome piling on. This means that group members are encouraged to add on to each other's ideas and slightly change them. Remember, we are still not judging or critiquing ideas at this point. We are simply getting out as many ideas as possible. If that means you and a group mate have the similar idea, that's fine. How can you add on to it and make it slightly different or better? Last but not least, allow free-for-all. This means letting anything go. Sometimes the most ridiculous, outlandish ideas are the ones that have the best solution to the problem. Anyone and everyone should feel free to spout out their crazy ideas. Some specific types of brainstorming include freeform brainstorming, forced association, scamper, and mind mapping. Freeform brainstorming is simply recording any and all ideas like a stream coming from your mind. This could mean that everyone just writes their ideas down on post-its, free writing in a journal or notebook, or even just blurting out the ideas aloud. Forced associations means creating ideas by choosing a seemingly unrelated object and forcing yourself to somehow combine the two ideas. For example, let's say that you are brainstorming ideas to eliminate speeding on freeways. Choose a stimulus that seems unrelated, such as a cell phone. Now think of ways that a cell phone could help you solve the problem. Maybe you could offer rewards for people who report speeders using their cell phones. Maybe you could use the GPS capabilities of phones to track car speeds. There are so many possibilities. Forced associations is a good way to think outside of the box. Michael Micalo, the author of Cracking Creativity, suggests a more structured approach to brainstorming. In the scamper technique, you will start with a current solution that somehow addresses the problem that you are investigating. Then try to generate new and different ideas or approaches by using each of the principles listed. For example, if you are trying to design a single-person motor vehicle to be used in a heavily congested urban environment, start with a moped. Substitute a large front wheel with a small wheel. Combine it with something else. Maybe combine the moped with a shopping cart. Continue on with each of the principles in the scamper model. A mind map is a graphical representation that can be used to generate, visualize, and organize ideas to solve a problem. The ideas are arranged in a branching fashion according to relative importance, with the major ideas branching directly from the center main idea. Other ideas that are triggered by or related to the major ideas are then connected to the major ideas. Colors are often used to distinguish between major ideas. Additional connections can also be added to indicate relationship among the different elements. This mind map illustrates ways to solve global warming. In brainstorming, it's important to have all ideas documented. Often the mind is working so fast during brainstorming that it's easy to forget some ideas. All ideas must be captured in some way. It's a good idea to have a note taker or maybe even use photographs if you are doing something visual. There is no need to organize these ideas until after the brainstorming is complete. Then you can compile your list of ideas. There are some common concept generation dysfunctions, meaning problems that arise during brainstorming that really mess up the process. These dysfunctions that you want to avoid include utilizing a poor design brief, assuming there's only one right answer, getting hooked on that first solution, considering the ideas from only one or two team members, feeling too anxious to finish, becoming frustrated by the lack of success, or getting hooked on a solution that almost works. If you get stuck during the brainstorming process, try combining promising partial solutions. Move onto a different brainstorming technique, go back and forth between individual and group brainstorming, do some more research, consider concepts used by other designs, or consider concepts employed by unrelated products. Soon it's going to be your turn to brainstorm solutions. Make sure you keep these rules and guidelines handy so you don't get stuck.